Hey everyone, TheGamingChief here. Today I'm going to be going over fully wiping your DayZ server. So this could be, your players, the bases, stuff on the ground, etc. Just a full wipe of everything. So a wipe may be necessary in some cases. Some people prefer to wipe their server every so often, so say every month or every 3 months or something like that. Or whenever there's a major DayZ update, a big update in the game, that's usually a good time to do a wipe as well. So we'll go ahead and wipe our server just to kind of show you how to do it. And as we can see here, we are in game on our server currently. There, I have the shade tech with me and all that. If you're interested in adding this to DayZ, check out the video that I last released. Link is always in the description as well. But as you can see, I have gear, I have items, stuff like that. So we're just going to go ahead and exit the server. And we'll go back into our dedicated server here. And let's go ahead and shut it down. You can be using bash scripts, Omega Manager, it doesn't matter. And once you have your server powered off, we're going to go ahead and look at our server files. So we're just going to browse those, or if it's a managed provider, once you have it shut down, you can use FTP, file browser, whatever. We're just going to go into our server files. So since it's Omega Manager, I'm going to go into servers. Server 0 is the one we always use for the video series. And we have all of our main add-ons. Usually during this time I like to do a cleanup as well, but what we're going to be looking for is the MP missions. And then we're going to go to the mission that you're actively using. So I'm using the Trinars Plus one. I'm not running expansion or the other map, so we'll go in there. And then what we have is the storage_1 folder. This may be named something else. Sometimes if you're on a provider, they have multiple things going on. Usually there's only one, so you know which one to use. We'll go ahead and go in there. Has a bunch of different things, spawn points, a player's database. If you only want to remove a single player from the database, just wipe their character, you can actually edit this when the server's off and just delete them and only them. I do have a video on that. Feel free to check it out if that's what you're looking for. And then of course I have, data backups of everything and all that. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm really big on backing up data before I delete it, I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop here. And then we're just gonna say 2021 1030-backup. We'll open that up. And then I'm gonna copy the entire storage1 folder in here first. So that way we have that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. So yep, do this for all items, continue. And that went ahead and got deleted, so we're good to go there. And then that wipes all the main things, but sometimes there's other things that you may not be thinking about. So we're going to go and go back into our server folder. We're going to go into our profiles folder. So say if you're using certain add-ons like the banking add-on, that's not going to get wiped here. So we're going to go ahead and go in here to the banking add-on. And then we're going to leave our config the same and all that. And we're just going to go into our player database folder. And we're just going to delete everything. So if there's multiple people here, I would just Control A to highlight everything. And then we're going to do delete. And then when they log back in, it'll regenerate it. So that way you don't have to have a wipe. You don't have a bunch of people with money. And that's really all you need to do to wipe it. We are going to quickly glance through a few other things. So I think it's good to just kind of do a general cleanup. So I'm just going to do a cleanup of my logs folder and my profiles folder. So if we go into logging, this is the Game Labs log. You see this is, getting a fair bit. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. So we're going to go ahead and close that out. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy this over here. And then, kind of going back to what I was saying about deleting stuff, I probably should have backed this up first. So I'm going to Control Z a bit, and I'm just going to copy the entire player database over there. So I have that just in case. We'll redelete that out of there, out of the banking add-on. And we'll copy this log here. So I'm going to copy the whole logging folder over. Delete that. And then it was giving me an admin prompt, so we'll continue. And that's gone now. BattleEye, we're not going to touch anything with that really. If you had some things in here, you can make some changes. Like I have an old file here. Matter of fact, I'm going to delete that. So yeah, we'll go back here. Code lock, we're not going to want to touch the permissions or the configs. However, the logs could be useful to back up. So as you see here, there's quite a bit of logs in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy our entire code lock folder in here. And then I'm going to go through our logs, and I'm just going to quickly Control A and delete all these. You don't have to do this, however, it's just a good idea to clean up every once in a while. Especially after a wipe, it just makes it easier. But like I said, it's a good idea to go ahead and back everything up first. And that's everything for code lock. We don't really want to touch anything in here. We already dealt with the banking. Our spawn selection doesn't have any logs or anything, so that's fine. trader, there's nothing we need to change in there. Users, nothing in there. PPP admin tools, though, it does have a logging function, so you can, back all this up and delete it if you feel like doing that. So I'm going to copy over our folder here. As you can see, it's actually a fair number of files here from logs. And if we go in here, we go into our logging folder, you can see like 10 megabytes, over 1,000 files. So it's good to clear that out. So we'll go and do that. We'll delete all of those. And then we do have some ADM and RPT files. I'm going to go ahead and copy those over and delete those. We don't actively need those anymore. The server console log, I'm going to do that as well, just so we have kind of more fresh, and script log as well. I'm just going to copy that over. And then that's most of the things that you'd probably want to clean. We can go back into the main thing. If you have add-ons here that you no longer have actually installed or running, you could totally delete them. I'm still actively using everything here, so that's good. You can glance through, see if there's anything else you would want to delete that's old. In this case, I think we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and start our server backup. And once it's started, we'll log in, verify that everything's fresh and that we don't have anything, saved remaining. And it looks like our server started, and it looks like it's getting everything ready to go here. So we'll go ahead and try to join. We'll minimize out of this. We'll go back into our game, and we'll just go ahead and hit play on the last server, and we'll get back in. Alrighty, and it looks like we have spawned in now, and it did give us a fresh spawn, so we can go ahead and choose a spawn and all that. We do have our customized spawn menu, of course, like we set up in a previous video. So you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested in setting that up. And we'll go ahead and go here. This 1, 2, 3 spawn is actually for the Green Mountain area. So we'll go there. And we can verify that we do have a fresh spawn here. And we can see, our normal traders. And we go to the ATM, open up the banking menu. We don't have any money because we wiped that. So it looks like we're all good to go here. I'm going to go ahead and close the game, and let's check some final things real fast. And if we go back into our server, we can go ahead and go back into our logs here. And we can go ahead and go back into our server folder here, and we can just check a few things here. Going into MP missions, Trinars Plus, you see we have the storage folder has been remade, so that's good to go. Recreated the players database and all that. And then if we go ahead and go back into our profiles folder, we can go ahead and see our DC banking, player database. It recreated our database, of course, and then it also has, just started us with no money as expected. Just gonna add some money in there. And that's about it. It's just important to make sure whenever you go in your profiles folder, you delete anything that you would want deleted on a wipe. So in our case, the banking add-on, but if you have anything else that saves stuff there, you would definitely want to clear it out there as well. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on the video or join the Discord server, which is always in the video description. Joining the Discord allows you to go ahead and DM me. You can also post in the support channel, which a bunch of other people kind of jump in there to help with DayZ related issues. And if you have any video suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below, and that's about it. Have a good one.